up, everybody? Today I got a pretty cool little slasher flick. Uh, Murder Loves Killers 2. Interesting title. Sort of reminds me of a Giallo. Um, and the beginning titles, the title credits, uh, also remind me of one. I mean, it makes sense. Although the Italian Giallo was pretty instrumental in the influence for American slasher genre, so. Plus, check that cover out. This was just sort of a blind buy for me. I saw the cover and it struck me. This was like one of those old school VHS rental type things. You see the cover and you're like, oh, that's pretty sweet. Must be good. Let's check it out. Well, anyway, typical slasher premise. Group of 20-somethings go out into a cabin in supposedly the middle of nowhere, and they're not alone, and they get killed off one by one. So, not much different there. One of the big differences is we have our final girl within the first 30 minutes of the film. Everyone dies within the first 30 minutes besides our final girl. So, it's very, very fast-paced. There's not a dull moment in the whole movie, which is very nice. Now, the movie itself only lasts for 70 minutes, but it fills those 70 minutes well, and you don't feel cheated at all. I really, really like this thing. It was very low budget, and they obviously knew their limitations and worked very well to make those limitations not be hindrances, but they exploited better avenues to make the movie better. I've never seen so many single one-take shots, really long takes in a slasher movie. I can't remember the last time I saw that, and they were done really, really well. And it it really helps to open up. I mean, you're pretty much in one location the entire time. You're inside of this, not a small cabin. I mean, it's a 2-floor thing with a few bedrooms and like a basement type thing. And those long takes really help to kind of open the movie up a bit. So the effects the kills are not anything extravagant, but there's some nods to other movies. There are actually a lot of nods to other slasher flicks in this movie. They're just not spoken. It's all visual stuff. You gotta be a slasher fan to get it, but I know that's who I'm talking to. So, and the other great thing they did was they didn't do what a lot of low-budget filmmakers do, which is hire their friends. Sounds like a good idea. Let's go hire friends, go in the woods, and make a slasher film. Well, the problem is your friends can't act. So, these were all auditioned and, actual actors, and acting's good. Of course, it's not an Academy Award winning here, but it's good. Attractive people, and they didn't overdo the killer. It seems like when the slasher genre was kind of getting stale, these killers kept getting sillier and sillier. The costumes, the masks. But this one, it's not overcomplicated. Guy doesn't even wear a mask. It's exactly what he looks like in the first 15 minutes of the film. If that, 10 maybe. But anyway, Murder Loves Killers 2. I really dug it. And I think everybody out there would too. Film looks great too, by the way. I didn't say. Oh god, and the soundtrack. It's fantastic. None it's not overpopulated with these shitty local bands that these guys get, and from their hometown. It's, you know, they hired a composer, and the guy did a really, really good job. Um, Special features, quite a few actually on this disc. The making of Murder Loves Killers 2, a little featurette, probably 15 minutes or so. Director's take, which is just basically the director talking about the movie. Creating a Killer, talking about how they came up with their murderer. A featurette on the music. A little feature on how they, not how they came upon the title, but I guess a lot of people didn't like the title because it's sort of, it doesn't really say anything about the movie per se. It's just sort of a random title. But the director basically says that a lot of people thought they just kind of haphazardly came upon this title, and he says, no, I have an entire book here of titles that we ran through, and this is the one we all decided on. And he literally reads through, I can't even tell you how many titles. I ended up not watching the full thing because it was a notebook full of titles. Some of them are interesting, some of them are ridiculous, some of them would probably have worked. I can't remember any of them off the top of my head. An image gallery and the trailer for the film. So, and you can actually find this pretty cheap. I got this on Amazon for like, I bought it from Blow It Out of Here. I think total I paid $7 something. So, pretty fantastic movie and fantastic disc for that price. This is worth probably at least, I'd say at least $15. If I'd have paid $15 for this, I'd have been happy. It would have fulfilled my $15 engagement. So, Murder Loves Killers 2, very fun, fast-paced slasher flick. Check it out.